start thinking is Astrin. So
I'm not hearing the music.
Also,
the music started?
I'm starting at like, so I'm not just there's a big gap of silence.
We'll start chanting, fight, fight, fight.
Yeah, you're all welcome to do your own.
We just form a circle around Astrid and the necromancer.
His zombies also join in. They get in a circle around you.
We'll stop the zombies from getting involved.
You know, they're joining the mob that's cheering them on.
Okay.
They're his hype men. What other reason is there to become a necromancer other than to make your own posse?
Right. Okay. Cool. Oh, this is gonna be dumb, isn't it? Okay, cool. I'm gonna.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna shout. Oh, probably not shout. I'll definitely say, we have no qualms with you. Have no qualms. We don't need to do this, and I'm going to hold an action to. I'm going to hold an action to toss a dagger if needs be, if he makes a move to do anything to anyone.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. 17, that's not too bad. So I'm assuming you're gonna like move up to the front to say this, like barge past everyone, get up there. It's not me trying to shove you in, but
Sure.
I promise.
Like there, that's fine. Sure. Why not? That's
great. You
great.
move up there. I assume that's after you've come visible again, right?
Oh, I was visible anyway.
I thought. Oh no! For some reason, I thought you went invisible.
No, I just.
Oh no! I think I might have said you were invisible because you rolled a very high stealth check. So you sort of like now actually like stepping forward in front of everyone. You speak to him. He like looks a bit. There is a sense of like you're looking at him and he looks just a bit mad. Like a little bit like he just wants an excuse to use his zombies kind of thing. But he like takes a breath, looks at you, and says, "Then what was your purpose coming here?"
We literally told you. We're on the mission to say hello, neighborhood watch, you know. That kind of thing.
If your presence is not required, I would recommend you leave.
Oh, that was rude.
It was rude, but I'm not fussed on fighting a necromancer right now. I don't know about you.
Unless you want to become my next companions.
Quick thinking, guys. What are we doing?
Fight.
Do it. Punch him square in the face.
Oh my god.
So you're holding an action.
Kick him in the balls.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm holding an action. I'm not doing anything until he attacks us.
Okay. So you see. Well, you don't see. You hear. Coming from inside the tower.
Oh, that's attacking, right? So I'm going to throw a dagger at him.
You don't see anyone show up. I'll give you that. But
he's a bad too, isn't he? Oh yeah, no, I'll leave it. I'll leave it for now. I'll hold action. That's my go.
Okay.
Terrible.
So, yep, that's that. Then it's Naylin.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that was a threat that he just made.
He said, "You need to leave before I kill you."
Yeah.
Get rid of all veiled threats. Put it all on the table.
So I'm going to, as he says that, step forward. And what one is it? This one.
Oh my god.
Ooh, hit him with a mace. Nice. So let me check something very quick. But what do we do, guys? We're in a real moral conundrum. Whack! You clock this dude across the face with a mace, no problem. 7 points of bludgeoning damage. He gets clocked and doesn't like it one bit. Would have cast shield, but didn't have his reaction. And he like sort of flinches to the side, his hair and blood just up against the wall right next to him, and he turns to face you with like blood running down his lip, and he says, "So that's how it'll be then." And he like clicks his neck. Anything else in your turn?
I'm gonna just say, well, I don't take too kindly to being threatened by your kind, and just end it there. Little bit racist.
He doesn't like he doesn't like say anything, but you see he's like the muscles in his jaw start tensing as he grinds his teeth. And now, ever so appropriately, it is his turn. Now let's see.
I'm gonna
I
die.
did have a game plan. He disappears.
Brilliant.
Fuck.
What bellend? Fucking pussy.
I've got a feeling that the next bit's gonna be worse.
Yeah, that's gonna be his turn. Make a perception check.
Oh my goodness. Oh, go on. Hey!
Oh my god. Oh my. So this is what happened, right? I rolled. So you rolled 23 perception. I rolled a 24 stealth, and then you rolled a 25 perception. So Naglin, you see, like you lose track immediately. Like Frodo putting on the one ring just disappears. But you see, like you're looking around trying to figure out where he's gone, and you see dust kick up towards the south corner of that little like annex room bit. As he assumedly runs sort of down that way. You don't know exactly where he ends up, but you do know what way he has gone. I assume you call out like, "Oh, there, that way," or whatever.
Yeah, I was just gonna point and just go right. That way.
Yeah.
My dudes. This is not the notepad I wanted.
Honu, you're up.
Assuming that we've been told which direction he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Pointed,
yeah.
I'll do the measuring thing. So like around this way.
Yeah.
But that's where she saw it. She may have gone further. You're not sure.
So I'll run. Well, I'll move to that direction, general direction. I would also like to rage.
Okay.
And I will swing with my. I'm gonna go a bit unorthodox, and I'm gonna like lash out with my claws. So my soft, usually soft pointed fingers are now like retracted nail claws, and then just like start swiping in front of me.
Okay. So you, because of that, ordinarily you'd get 2 attacks, but you've already used your bonus action rage. So are you clawing directly at the space in front of you, like the one to your token right?
Yeah. So round.
Okay. Yeah. So you claw into that space. Roll to hit. Oh, you have done. Yep. You sort of like flex and leap forward and start attacking, but you don't seem to latch onto anything. But what you do see with that 13 perception, you see that there are some nasties lingering in this this little not cave, but little sort of side bit to your north. I'll throw them on the layer really quick. A couple of nasties hidden behind this wall. They don't appear to be acting right this second. They are a bit slow on the draw, being zombies after all. But you know for certain that the necromancer has not ended in that square directly to your east. Anything else on your turn? Got a bit more movement left if you want to use it.
Well, no, because if I've seen this thing here, then I know if I move out of the way, then likely it is there's an attack of opportunity there, so I'll just brace for
they won't have an attack of opportunity yet because they haven't acted in combat.
Oh, fair enough. Then, not hitting anything with my claws up close, I will take a step back and ready my lance.
Okay, cool. So next up, after some sort of imperceptible signal, maybe this incredibly like supersonic high-pitched whistle goes through the air that you maybe didn't even hear. Astrid, you hear from directly behind you, and Katal, you hear the same, as tearing out from inside of the tent, shredding the inside of it. Two more zombies start tearing their way through. They're going to make one attack at Astrid, one attack at Katal, because they are the nearest to them. So
I thought they were coming up from the top. Great.
convenient that. So, what is your AC, Katal?
It's a 13.
AC 13. So one of them misses, but Astrid, you do get hit for 2 points of bludgeoning damage. This one, they've got like the some of the tent is ripped and like stuck to their face, so they can't see very well, so they just clip you. But you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and that is going to be their turn. Let me just put it on the right layer so you know when they're going. Cool.
I am going to Eldritch Blast this one.
The further story one.
Yes.
Gotcha. 12 hits. Yeah, they're only zombies. So 1 point of force damage. Unfortunately, that maybe like a tooth or two gets knocked out. You hit something squishy that it wasn't really using, like a kidney or something, just blows out the back of it, but otherwise doesn't do too much. You do hit though. I don't think it will be massive spoiler to tell you that zombies are not very hard to hit. So bonus action movement if you'd like to use it.
Yes, I would like to turn to Katal, put my hand on his shoulder and say, "You can do it." And he has bardic inspiration.
Cool. So Kato, you are inspired. Let me see if I have a inspiration token that I've drawn up for myself. I don't think I have.
It's on the
Yeah, no, I just like think it's fun to have like something on your token to remind you, because I for one forget a lot. I'll give you the target with an eye. There you go, because you're more accurate now, I guess. And speaking of, Kato, it's your turn.
I am going to bonus action turn into a giant spider.
Okay, you turn into a giant spider. Let's grab the giant spider token. Wow. And I'm gonna move your token just like in the corner. Obviously, it's not actually where you are. But
yeah, I'll have to move it around a lot because the vision.
Yeah, cool. So I'll just ignore it. Then that's not a problem. Do you have access to the wild shape sheet? You should do.
I do. Yep.
Cool.
So just as a reminder, it does have blind sight up to 10 foot. So if that guy is within 10 foot of me, I know exactly where he is.
Okay, you are like the tiny little microscopic hairs across all your. Well, they're not really microscopic when you're that big. Begin bristling. But you don't sense anything. Actually, within 10 feet, you sense there's something nasty hiding behind that rubble there, but it hasn't moved yet.
Okay.
Otherwise, nothing that would be a surprise to you at this stage.
Okay, well, I'm going to just bite the one in front of me.
Okie dokie.
So hopefully this is all set up. Can I just press that?
Ooh, that's more like it. Okay, yeah. 1 sec. Yep. So, let me double check, but I think they might be immune to poison on account of not having organs. Damage immunity is poison, unfortunately. So, but it's still going to take 12 points of piercing damage and really doesn't like it. You see that you like grab onto where its shoulder is and just tear one of its arms off, and then instinctively just wrap it up into a little like web burrito for later. But otherwise, he's still standing, just looking a bit upset. He looks down at his stump and goes with like a sad look on his face.
And then for my movement, this wall that I'm next to, how tall is it?
The one the wild shape's next to is 10 foot tall. The one that your actual token's next to is 20 foot tall.
Okay, well, the one I'm right next to, I'm literally just, being a spider, I'm going to climb up, still being in range of the zombie, but now just standing on the side of the wall.
Cool. You sketch up the side of the wall. It's horrifying. Everyone hates it. So next up is a couple more of our zombie friends. So this one's going to run around. Let's see how much movement there. 20 feet. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's going to go here and reach up, smack the giant spider that's just appeared, seemingly without fear, on account of the fact that he is a zombie. 13 to hit.
Miss.
Oh, wow, okay, yeah. So doesn't hit. That's his turn. Then the 2 round here are going to go. I've got them in batches of 2 or 3, just to speed things up. So the nearest one is there, and they're going to like barge that one out of the way, and so they can both get hits on you. Let's just double 2. AC 19, no, 17, right? With your built-in shell shield. Okay, so one's going to hit for 4 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 2 because you are raging. Put it on his turn. And I think that is everything. Back up to Astrid.
Sorry, say that again. How much damage was that?
4 points of damage reduced to 2.
Yep. Cool.
So Astrid, okay. Which one is this on? Above or below? You may be muted.
I just said, "Oh, sorry," to be muted, even though you can hear me. I'm smacking the one in front of me that smacked me.
Okay.
Ignore the sneaks. My apologies.
No, you will have sneak attack for that.
Wonderful.
Yes, yeah. It's anyone that has that has an ally next to them, or you have advantage.
Wonderful.
So you have that 9 points of damage. You stab this thing through its head. What you're sure is a killing blow. However, let's see. Constitution saving throw. 7. He dies.
Yes. Then I'm going to bonus action disengage and go to here.
New cunning action. You start darting over the other way. You do a little bit of parkour over the well. No problem. And then it is our friends from down below. So let's do.
Oh God.
Oh shit house. Grabbed the wrong thing. Just realised I didn't press play on the music. 1 second, everyone. Ooh, zombie apocalypse. How's that sound? Zombie battle. Tell me if this is too loud, or if any one part of it is too loud.
I think the words "oh my god."
Is it awful? 1 sec.
Yeah, I mean
that's brilliant.
Oh, that's not too bad.
I don't like the fact that the zombies seem to be trying to speak. They did unsettle me a little bit. Okay, so you see Nailin.
Okay.
I don't want to say a veritable horde, but 1, 2, and a third one who can't reach
Oh God.
start tearing themselves almost up the staircase. I've set up vision for your wild shapes now, so it should be fine. But I'm not 100%. I'll double check. Those 3 are outside. Those 3 outside are just so I can have them like saved on the map for initiative reasons. They're not actually there. Don't worry. So this is going to be 2 attacks against you, Naylin.
Brilliant.
18, right?
No.
Isn't it? I thought you were in shell mail. Oh, no, in scale mail. 16
Right.
then.
No, 13. That's what my
Huh?
sheet says.
Really? Do you not have a shield?
No. I
Yeah,
don't think so.
double check it because my AC was messed up today. I think it just was 10 plus dex. When I
Yeah, because
opened
I'm
up my
sure
sheet.
it was. I'm sure it was more before, but now it's saying 13.
Yeah,
That's weird.
mine was the same as well. Mine said 13 because it's just 10 plus
So,
dex.
what armor are you wearing? Scale mail?
No, that would be 13. Yeah.
Scale mail.
Scale mail. Yeah.
Is that 12 plus? Is it 12 plus dex or 11 plus dex? It's 14 plus dex. Yeah, so
14,
that you should have
15,
16.
16, 17. What?
No,
no,
because
scale
wig
was
is
just
medium
plus
armor,
2.
so you only add 2. It's got like a
Okay.
maximum amount you can add.
So it'd be of
16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a shield? But
I
that's not on the
don't
shield.
think so.
Okay.
Use a zombie as a shield.
Oh no, I do have a shield.
Okay. Are you using it?
Yeah.
Actually, I imagine you. Yeah, because I know some people like to have the shield hand free so they can cast spells and shit. But I mean, you did just hit that guy with a mace, so I figured you're in full
I'm
whacking
in
mode.
full get fucked mode.
Okay, yeah, the heavy metal music starts to play. Let's see then. You don't have any kind of bonuses against undead because you're a priest or anything, right?
I don't think
Okay.
so.
1 is going to hit for 3 points of bludgeoning damage. That's not too much. Another one tries to hit you, misses, and the other one tries to hit but is like a whole 5 feet too far and gets confused. Then it is your turn.
I would very much like to use my channel divinity.
Mm-hmm.
Turn undead.
Turn undead. As an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer centering the undead. Blah, 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 blah. See or hear you within 30 feet. Wisdom saving throw will be turned. Okay, so 30 feet is all of them? Yes. Every single one. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 D20s. What's the DC for that?
DC is. Sorry, give me a sec. Uh, 13.
Okay, so fail, 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 succeed, succeed, fail, succeed. So going from the top, these 3 all failed. So the ones that just ran up on you all got turned. So that looks like a scared man. That looks like a scared man, and that looks like a scared man. Cool. 1, 2, 3, and then going down. So the one directly behind you succeeded, and then going around again. That one succeeded. This one failed, and the other one near Honu succeeded. All in all, pretty helpful. It's not their reaction to move or anything. It's just like on their turn they start running away.
Yeah. For action,
Gotcha.
it can only use the dash action, try and escape. Yeah. It can also
Okay.
use a dodge action. Dodge action.
Damn. Okay, cool. So your holy symbol glows, and this almost ultraviolet light, like a disco ball, just scatters for a second around your surroundings. And some of them really don't like it. The other ones seem kind of unfazed, but you know, can't please everyone. Then let's see. Let's see. Oh, why has it gone like that? For fuck's sake. The NPC sheets sometimes just decide to resize themselves, and now it's just fussy. 1 sec. That'll do. No, it won't do. I can't see all half his fucking spells. God, fucking roll 20. Come on, man. It doesn't like working sometimes. So you all hear a very brief, a very brief, and a sickly green ray fires out from a space that you, until now, couldn't see. After having squeezed through rubble, he managed to get himself. Actually, let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Yeah. So after running himself round, back up, double backing, going back up this way, through that little rubbled area, he is going to fire a rather nasty spell towards one Mr. Honu. A black beam of enervating energy springs from a finger towards a creature within range. A ranged spell attack against the target. Let's see. I believe it is +6. Natural 1. A fart comes out of his hand rather than a spell, apparently, because that just didn't do anything helpful whatsoever. Ray of Enfeeblement does not work. I forgot to move on to his turn. And he just completely whiffs you, Honu, and then he's got one more square movement, I think.
Me?
Yeah, he missed. He missed. It's because it fucks up your strength-based attacks and stuff. But you rolled a natural 1 anyway, so it is of no matter. Now, let's see. Anything as a bonus action, Monsieur? Is that a bonus action? No. Should have really marked the ones that are bonus actions. No. Okay, no, that's his turn. So it should be him. Honu, you're up.
Okay. So he just fired something at me.
Yes, he tried to, and it just, yeah, it hardly even left his hand. It just like squirted out the end like a bit of black goo.
Okay. In that case, sensing the failed spell, Honu will turn around, eyes like bloodshot with anger, and he will lower his head so his spikes are revealed, and a beam of a spectral skeletal hand will shoot from it and shoot towards him.
Okay.
17?
17. That would hit, but he throws up a shield and deflects it.
Motherfucker. I go into my shell.
He is a mage as well. Okay, bonus action, you go into a shell and cling around on the floor. And that is your turn. So next up are the ones that, well, the one that's in the tent is just going to, again, try and smack Maylin. Because closest thing to it. And what's your AC again? We decided it was 18, right? Because you had
yeah, with my shield.
The shield, yeah. So whiffs, does not hit. And the other green one is dead. Amnra, you're up.
You may be muted.
Yeah.
Yes,
I should get a you may be muted sound effect for Sirenscape. So just play it.
I'm gonna look at the. Do we know the necromancer's name?
I believe you do. He referred to himself as Hamel.
Hamill.
Hamel.
Mark Hamill.
I'll type his full name in chat, since you know. I didn't put it in Discord because I'm on GM mode, so I'd have to fuck around stuff.
So, in his mind, I'm going to say to him, you're a bit shit, aren't you? And I'd like him to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom save. What's the DC?
15.
Oh shit! Level 2, really?
Yeah,
Damn.
mate. Yeah, mate. I got a 5 charisma in it.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. He fails then. You
Yeah.
got 15. I was getting ready to give you the. Oh, sorry, 14. I was getting ready to give you the bad news.
So
Okay.
he takes
So
2
he
psychic
takes
damage, and he has
and
disadvantage on his next attack.
on his next attack roll. Excellent. He like flinches and says out loud, "You don't have to do better than that." But in his mind, you hear him go, "Maybe I am shit." And then it's like if it was in Peep Show, like the camera would suddenly move to his position, you'd hear the voice like run over it. Any movement or bonus actions?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple of steps back.
Distance yourself from the danger.
Yeah, hide
Very
behind the giant spider.
Giant.
And I'm gonna I'm going to say to Naylin, "Go on, babes, smack 'em." And she is inspired.
Oh, thank you.
So inspiring. Okay, Naylin, you're also inspired. So that then Katao, you are up in giant spider form.
I am going to hold my action until I see Hamor's shield go down.
Okay, sure. Yeah, it lasts until the start of his next turn. So
Yep.
when it lowers, you're ready. I'm assuming you're readying a web.
Exactly.
You sort of like start spooling it up in your mouth, like you're charging up a laser blast or something. And that is your turn. So then, red zombies. So the one. Well, actually, I'll do the one that's turned first. So it's the fastest route directly away from you. Cannot get any closer by any means necessary. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then has to use his action to dash.
Oh, did he leave my proliferate?
Yes, he did.
Oh well, I'm in my shell, so I probably wouldn't react.
Actually, let's double check because if there is an option to do so, then obviously you can take it. But if it says you can't make opportunity attacks or something while you're in your shell, then
I don't think
it doesn't make sense. Shell defense. Yeah, and you can't take reactions.
Yeah, can't take reactions.
Cool. So it is that one who did his thing. This one that's still stood next to you is just going to try and slam the spiky shell. Ding, ding. You hear it bang on the outside, nothing happens. And another one is going to try and smack the spider. Ooh, 19 to hit for 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
And then it is Sterin.
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on here, and I'm gonna hold my action until the shield comes down as well.
Okay. Yeah, he's got like both hands up, like full Doctor Strange. There's like a barrier in front of him, and he sees you're like ready, and he's like fuck. Really not looking forward to it. And that is going to be your turn. I assume you're readying to throw a dagger.
Yeah.
Awesome. So then it is the blue guy's turn. So they're all turned away. Actually, when you're turned, do you get to make another save at the end of your turn? No.
Until the start of your next turn.
Oh, right. Okay, so they'll run away now, but then Naylin said, gotcha. Okay, so they run 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to move them directly 20 feet away so I know how far away they got. And then they move another 40 feet. So I'll just make a note for myself. Plus 20. Cool. So that's their turn. Do you make an opportunity attack against any of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I assume it's the one that's like right close to you.
Aye.
Cool. So make your attack. You miss. Actually, wait, do you have advantage? You don't have advantage to hit, do you?
I don't think so, no.
Near, not by the looks of it. So he does actually get away and remains turned. But then, start of your turn comes around and they are not turned anymore. But they're also 40 feet away, so, there's that. But otherwise, it is your turn, and you see Hamor waiting for you right there.
He's still got his shield up, hasn't he?
He does indeed, yeah. But you see it
Yeah.
starts to flicker.
That's fine. I'm going to turn on this guy behind me first. Yeah.
That'll do it, yep. You start caving in his skull. There's like a now 3-inch deep crater in the side of his face, but he's still swinging his
I
hands
think
towards you.
as she's doing it, she's giving like the wizard guy like the evils as if to say this is gonna be you.
Literally, yeah. Like a
If you didn't
baseball
have that
bat
damn
around his
shield
head,
up.
just,
Yeah. It's like that scene from Phantom Menace when like they're Darth Maul is fighting Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and like they're both either side of the energy wall, and they're like just walking back and forth in front of each other because they can't fight. Okay, so now it is his turn. Shield disappears. Hold on, actions go.
Hey.
Okay. So 5 points of piercing damage from the dagger and 23 to hit. You can't shield that either. Damn. So it does hit. No damage, but he is restrained.
Oh, yes.
Interesting.
Oh, you stupid cat.
Let's see. I've got. Do I have a? Oh yeah. Rope now. That looks good. An action can remove the strength check. Fuck that. So it's now his turn. He sort of like pulls the dagger out of his chest. And where's everyone lined up? Oh yeah. Now, do we want to hit those two or those three? Or nail in?
No. Leave me alone.
I think he's going to do that. He looks towards you, Nailin, and there's just like a glint in his eyes. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, shit, okay. Ugh. Can I
You're
use my
inspired.
Yeah, you are inspired. Yes. What's how big is the
A
inspiration die?
D6.
D6. Okay. 50-50.
God.
Fortunately, 13 is not enough. You don't feel anything go wrong, but he looks at you and you see him like mouth something at you, and you can't make out what he says. You don't hear him or anything, but you feel just like this chill run down your spine a little bit, like that you woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, like something's a bit off. And then, as a bonus action, he is going to cast Misty Step, so he is no longer restrained, but it does use one of his precious spell slots.
What a bellend.
Oh, his last second level spell slot. Congratulations. But it has to be somewhere he can see, which sucks. Let's see. He can make it to 1, 2. Yeah. He's gonna over to this space here, I think. Double check that is within range. Yep, that's fine. It's to right in the corner, and the webbing is left behind, I believe. I'll double check that, but otherwise it is Honu.
So bonus action out my shell.
Okay.
I look at the undead dude next to me and point at him and say, some things should stay. Hold on. Some things should stay undead. And then I take the attack of opportunity if he hits and moves to here.
Yeah.
And attack with my lance.
He is going to try and hit you. That is exactly a 17 to hit.
Yep.
For 7 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 3.
That's fine.
Hits you as you run past. Make your attack.
Wait 1 moment.
Oh. 15 would hit, but he's going to cast shield again.
Motherfucker.
Throws it up. The barrier reappears. And his AC now rises, deflecting the hit. He doesn't like being stabbed. Crazy that.
I mean, he wasn't, so all good.
So running out first level spell slots now. He can't keep that up forever. Then that is your turn. So which zombies are it next? Green one. Oh yes, this should be good. So Naylin, you are going to get an attack. Oh fuck. You take 17 points of bludgeoning and necrotic damage
I'm down.
on a nat 20 after having a curse bestowed upon you. You take 4d6 plus 1 damage. You feel like this zombie's hand just swing into your side and it hits you, and then like a moment's, like a notable but tiny fraction of a second later, you feel like a shockwave of necrotic energy go through you and you fall unconscious.
Was this an attack roll?
It was, yes.
It should be a disadvantage. Because I vicious mockery'd him.
Oh no, this is the zombie.
Ah, bollocks.
Sorry, man.
Question:
so-
Does anyone have any healing?
I do.
Naylin does. Okay, right. So I'm gonna put the ZZZ on your
Great game,
token
guys.
because
Oh, time to run up a new character, yeah?
you'll be fine. You're not dead. Come on, it's fine. It's fine.
Unless that asshole necromancer decides, oh, do you know what? I'm not quite satisfied with her being down. I want her outright dead. You know?
There is a cumulative 5% chance that you will be ready and rolling for your next turn. So that is the green zombie. You see it knocks you down, and Hammer like stops for a second and then goes, "No, move on." Towards the zombie, just to stop it from killing you. Then it is Amun-Ra's turn.
I'm gonna unmute myself, and then I'm gonna point at him,
Okay, that's an action.
and I'm gonna glare at him, and I would like him to make a charisma saving throw, please, DC 15.
Okay, charisma save. Not the most charismatic man.
You're telling me.
That's a 9.
It's a 9.
That is a 9. Ooh, Bane. Lovely. So, oh, that's 3 creatures. So, is that which zombies are you gonna pick, or do you want to do it on?
Well, I
Naylin, so she
can
fucks
only
up
I
their
can
face?
only see this zombie.
Oh yes, that is true. If you move forward 1 space, I'll say you can see the green one up here.
Okay, yeah.
So those 3 make those 2 make charisma saves with a -3 modifier. Yeah, no, they also fail. So Bane, let's see. I've got like a pentagram I can use for that one. I think I'm going to use it. So they are baned. Hammer is also baned. He looks pissed. Now, attack roll, saving throw, D4. Damn. Okay, cool.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm gonna look at Naylin and say, "Not today, my sweet." And
Hey!
Healing word. Awesome. So 9 points of healing. You wake back up. You are prone, and you see the zombie has like turned away from you. Maybe not realized that you've woken up yet. Hamor definitely hasn't. There is a well in the way. Awesome. Okay, so you're conscious. Good job. Let's get rid of the little zzz on your token. Cool. That is that. And then Katao, back up to you.
Hey!
I do not get my web back. So I'm just going to bite the zombie next to me.
Cool. 22 definitely is going to hit. Again, unfortunately, immune to the poison, but he... Why doesn't that work? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you bite into him, and again, like, you almost reflexively, the spider muscles engage, and you, like, bite in. It tastes awful, though, so you have to spit it out pretty quick. But it... Not as not as useful as you wished it would be because immune to poison. But otherwise, all good.
I am then going to I'm going to then move, take the attack of opportunity from him.
Mhm.
What's my movement? Yeah, 30 foot. 10, 15, 20. Could probably get to there if I climb up the wall.
Okay. So what's the movement speed of a spider?
30 foot.
Okay, so that's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. You can like perch yourself at the top of that wall if you'd like, or towards the top anyway. Awesome. So opportunity attack from this zombie. That is a 19 to hit for 4 points of bludgeoning damage. But thankfully, you have an entire set of hit points that you have to go through before I even actually start damaging you.
Hell yeah.
And that is going to be your turn. And back up to the red zombies. How many we got? 1 and 2. So this one, who's the nearest target? Let's do some measuring. 25, 15. Oh yeah, he's got to do that. Or you're going to get flanked. So 1, 2, 3 moves up here. This one moves up here. And they are going to all whackety whack on Armor. One's a natural 1 to hit. The other one got an 18 for.
Why are they
plus
attacking
bludgeoning
me? I'm
damage.
just standing there, not doing anything.
He's the nearest person to him.
Did you take the bane from that 18?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. What's your AC?
My AC is 15.
Unfortunately, still going to hit even with the bane. You see, you try your very best to like force him to not hit you, but it doesn't quite work. So you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need a concentration check.
Is it a check or a save?
It's a concentration check is a Constitution save. But for some
Con
reason
save,
they
okay.
gave it
I mean,
it's a
they're
con
both
save,
the same.
DC 10. Yeah, all good. Okay, that is the reds. Oh wait, no, this one ran away. He's coming back. 1, 2, 3. Well, he has to double move to get through. He has to double move to get anywhere. So he is commanded by his master to step in front of in front of Honu, so that he doesn't get smacked by it.
I think it lasts for a minute. Channel Divinity.
I thought it said it's until the start of your next turn, right?
No, it said it lasts for a minute.
Oh fuck!
It says if the creature fails its saving throw, it's its turn for a minute or until it takes any damage.
Fuck me then. Yeah, he continues to run away, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yeah, he's off the edge of the map. Jesus. Astrid, you're up.
I'm going to hit the green one with my short bow.
15 will hit, 7 points of piercing damage. Because Naylin is conscious, you do actually get you get
Hey.
on that.
It's just a 1d6, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Exactly how many hit points you had left?
Brilliant.
That one goes down. Amra, you feel like something snap in your mind as the bane runs out on that dude, because he's dead. Well, dead again, I guess. So movement and the one, who tore out the 10.
And then going to bonus action hide and promptly hang myself just inside the well.
Oh, that's so cool. You do like a Van Damme split and like suspend yourself across the gap by just like sticking your legs out to the side, like Bear Grylls climbing up a cliff face. Awesome, cool. Yeah, so you duck in there. Make a stealth check.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. Actually, wait, no, this one's better. That is your turn. Then it is blue boys. Are there any blue boys left? No, yeah, they all ran away, didn't they? But they continue to be turned as we are now. Oh wait, because it's not a concentration, so it just goes until whenever. Cool. Until they take damage. Fuck me, that sucks. They're not going to do any damage, are they? So then it is Naylin. Naylin, can you make a perception check for me?
I can indeed. Where is it? There it is.
While you're on the floor, you notice under the tent that's been sort of half ripped up out of the ground by the zombies tearing their way through it, there looks like there's something in there, something of interest.
Okay.
Maybe a chest, maybe some bags. Definitely some
Oui,
personal
oui.
belongings at the very least, some books.
Treasure.
Who knows?
Well, before I have a look, I'm gonna get up,
Okay, so 15 feet of movement doing that.
strap
Unfortunately.
my shield onto my back so that I'm not holding it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to move to here.
Yep, no problem.
Oh no, where did I? No, I don't think I do.
You don't think you move there? Okay.
Maybe I'll go down this way instead. Oh yeah. Let me just double check what spells I have.
You are 30 feet away, and you will have cover for people being in the way if you do try and.
That's fucking fine. I
But
don't
if it's
care.
just one target you can see within range makes a saving throw, then absolutely nothing changes.
I mean, I'm 10 foot in the air, so.
Yes, yeah, but it's more of a what needs to be try extra hard to be accurate, because if she misses, there's a chance you get zapped with star laser beams and shit.
Yeah, I'm
Super
unfortunately for Hanu, I'm gonna risk it.
Okay. That'll do it. Okay, so his shield is still active, but that blows past that. That's such a fucking cool image. You just charge up this ball of ultraviolet, almost white, but you can still tell there's a color to it. You fire it towards him. Like a will-o-wisp streaks through the air, takes a spiraling course, like a falling star, strikes into him. You see he has the shield up, and he collides with it, and it slows down for a second, breaks through, and hits him in the chest. 16 points of radiant damage.
I like to think that the beam is so close to Hanu's. If Hanu had ears, it would have hit his ear, kind of thing. That's how.
Oh yeah. If you had hair, then some of it would be scorched off. But otherwise, it's like you're bathing in the sun. Awesome. So you fucking blow a laser at this dude, and he really does not like it.
I'm also
okay,
gonna
cool.
just stare him down, try and intimidate him with my face.
He looks you dead in the eyes and spits out a glob of blood. He needs to make a concentration check to see if he can hold the curse on you. Yeah, he does.
No, he's still cursed.
No!
The curse
No, stop that!
He maintains the curse, unfortunately. Anything else in your turn, Naylin?
No.
Okay. Come on, awesome. So on his turn, let me double check. I think I used all my second level spell slots. Just after gonna go a bit crazy. Honu, can you make an intelligence save?
I can try.
Yeah, you can attempt an intelligence save. You can't make an intelligence save. Let's see. It's DC 15. I don't know what your modifier is, but good luck. Never mind. So you are struck with this sort of it's like someone just put a palm and sent you a forehead. And oh, where am I? And you feel a sudden what the fuck? What the fuck? There's a giant spider next to me. On your turn, you are going to need to roll a dice to see who you attack. You've been affected by the enemy's abound spell.
Okay.
I'll read I'll throw the description in chat if it's going to show up. Oh, right. If it's going to show up, that's on GM mode. I'll just copy and paste the text. There you go. Reaches the mind of one creature. You can see and force it to make an intelligence saving throw. If a creature automatically seems to be immune to being frightened, on a failed save, the target loses the ability to distinguish friend from foe regarding all creatures it can see as enemies until the spell ends. Each time the target takes damage, helpful, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself on a success. Blah, 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 blah. Whenever you try and attack someone, you have to roll, of all the people that you could hypothetically hit, which one you are going to hit.
Okay.
And if someone throws an attack of opportunity, you have to try it.
Sure.
So he is going to leave your range, so attack of opportunity. He's going to like jam himself through a gap in the wall.
Yep.
Does it also
go
mean
for that.
he left my range?
What's your reach? Is
5
it just
foot.
five? No, he wasn't in it.
So it wasn't a melee spell.
22.
No, that's it's a range 120 feet.
Cool, fine.
22. That is going to hit. Yeah.
For 13 points of piercing and 2 rage.
He
15.
starts squeezing through that gap, and you see prey trying to escape. You lunge forward, jab him with it, and you hear someone cry out in pain. And when you pull back the lance, there is quite a lot of blood on the end.
Good to know.
And that is his turn. Honu.
I mean, I've never seen a big
Yeah.
spider, so it makes sense that, I don't even think he knows what a spider is. What do I need to roll?
So you can act sort of as you want, but whenever you make an attack, you treat everyone around you as if they were a hypothetical enemy.
Okay. I mean, I still want to go after this guy, so...
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that
I mean,
cool?
you can try. I don't know if you'd be able to fit through the gap. I'm going to be honest. How big is Hon, like dimensions wise? Like, if
I
he
mean,
was an
he's
Amazon package,
he's
tell me
classed as a medium creature, but he's like very tall.
Yeah.
So I would imagine he still fits the prerequisites, but if
Okay.
this is like extra slim,
I'm
then-
going to say you can make the attack. Like you can sort of try and jab him through the crack, but
I mean,
it is going to be
beyond the crack, how far in is he?
He's only on the other side of it.
So I mean, I would probably get within my reach range and attack. I don't want to be like within his melee range, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so
because
you
I'm
take
at
one step forward
disadvantage
and...
if with my lance, if that is to be the case. So
Okay, yeah, cool. So one step forward, and
good
that's
to
like
hear.
the optimum.
or there.
That's the best.
Yeah.
If you were one step closer, you'd have disadvantage.
Okay.
But because you end up there, you are gonna have to roll. I'll say roll a d2. On a 1, you hit. You're gonna make the attack against the giant spider because he is also within range.
Oh, crap.
Okay, yeah, you are able to attack him. So make the attack now. Then
Am I able to do it recklessly?
you are able to do it recklessly. He does have a little bit of cover because he's mostly obscured by the rubble. So you are able to do recklessly. It's no problem. 16 with the cover that is going to miss. Oh, actually, sorry,
With
25.
reckless, so it's
Shit.
25.
Let me double check how. I believe cover gives a +4.
But his shield isn't up
his
anymore.
the highest AC he can get, even if he casts shield, is 24, I believe. I'll just double check that. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So you fire in. You hit him. Yeah. And with 18 points of piercing damage, through a crack in the wall, like a glory hole, but with a lot more violence. Sorry. How do you want to do this?
So seeing like him retreat through the crack, still confused by my surroundings, I see the big spider, side eye, step forward, don't know what it is, don't want to mess with it at this stage, lunge through the gap, and as I do so, I say, you overeducated fool. In this case, the pen is mightier than the sword, and I shove forward pen into his gut.
Awesome. You fire it through, and you hear on the other side. And then when you pull it back, all of a sudden, where the gap was like blocked off from sunlight, there's like a bit of sunlight appears as he collapses to the floor on the other side.
Cool.
Awesome. So the zombies don't like go fucking Avengers style disappear off the face of the earth. They are going to stick around, but they are without direction and cannot be commanded. Awesome. So you still got a little bit of movement left if you'd like to use it. Also, the enemies abound ends.
I turn around and if I'm declaring everyone as can I make another save, or is it literally that's it?
It's a concentration spell.
Oh, okay.
So I believe
just ends.
let me double check. One sec. It's not written down on my end. It's definitely going to be concentration. Concentration up to 1 minute. So the second the spell ends, you snap out of your like. Well, I know.
Yeah.
I
kind of turn around, ready to attack
but
the giant spider, and then I'm like, wait a minute, kind of thing.
You see, it's got like tribal tattoos,
very tribally
like,
markings.
in its like natural armor and stuff. Very cool. Yeah, so you don't make that attack. Awesome. So next up is going to be the green ones. The green ones are Deadzo. Omra, you're up.
Pup. I will.
That's a gunshot noise. Pull out a Glock from somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Finger guns.
Pew pew.
That's how he does inspiration. Just...
So I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the one next to me.
Okay, that is going to be at disadvantage because he's right up close. Which one is it, left or right?
It was I don't know, this one.
The left one looks more injured. That does hit.
6
points of damage. You blow off another chunk of flesh.
Can I offhand it as a bonus action with my dagger?
Fuck it, yeah, why not? I was gonna say you don't have disadvantage on that, but that's first roll anyway. So that sails past and does not hit. Okay, any movement? Please say
no.
yes.
No, I don't think so.
I've decided against it. Right, Katao, you're up. So you see Honu turns around, he's like, but then does like sort of snaps back out of it and thinks, oh, maybe I shouldn't kill him.
Would I have seen that he killed the other guy?
You see he looks very satisfied after plunging his lance in a hole.
But I don't see the body.
You can't see it from that angle, no. You'd have to like climb over the wall and to actually get visual.
Okay, yeah, I will move. I can't move for some reason. You've locked me out of my token.
Oh no, it's because you're on the walls, and they have a weird they've got a restrict movement option, so you can't move through them. I can move you. Where do you want to end up?
I was just gonna move over there to confirm the kill.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you move over there.
Once I've seen that he's dead, I'm gonna literally move back, and I'm going to spit out a web at. You said this guy looks healthier.
He has the more health, yeah.
Yep.
So attack roll, please. 18. Yep. It wraps around from the knees down. It like looks down at the webs and then just looks back at Armora and goes back to trying to explore him.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So then it is those zombies. Let's get 2 slam attacks coming in. The second one has a minus D4. What is your AC?
My AC is 35.
Oh wow, okay. So only one of them hits for 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's 15.
Okay, yeah, that was a 17 reduced to 14. Lucky there.
Of course, one of them would be a disadvantage because of the restraint.
Oh, well, then he
the one with the
harder.
-4.
Yeah, he misses even harder. He goes to claw with an arm that just isn't there, so he tries to claw with his other arm, and that one's just tied to his legs. That is, and then the other one just keeps running. Then it is Asterin. Turn undead, man. Fucking crazy.
Move, push myself up, kind of up out of the well, and then shoot the one straight in front of me with the short bow.
Mm-hmm.
Miss.
8 is going to hit.
If you're shooting this one, you would hit. It's
I would.
advantage.
They have a -2 dex, and they wear in the game's terms they wear cloth scraps. They do not have a very high armor class. So that is 10 points of piercing damage. Yowza. He looks upset after an arrow lodges itself in his ribs.
I'm going to perch on the well and not knowing what's going on, just going to shout, "Are we nearly done yet?" It's like... Yeah, and then my turn.
Over, you just got to kill the red ones because the other ones, by the time that they get back to business, they will have forgotten where you are.
Wonderful.
Awesome. So any more movement or bonus action?
Yeah, I'm going to bonus action. I'm back down in the well, I think.
You're back in the well. Awesome. So that is your turn. Then blue boys, they keep running, I guess. Let me just delete that 20 and replace it with a 60. 60. Awesome. Just continue to run. Naylin.
Yeah. Currently can't see anything. So I'm just gonna... Oh no, yeah I can. I'm a liar.
Awesome. 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Blank. He continues to wail out in pain. Looking very rough. Don't worry. Not long for this world, as they were not long for the previous one. Anything else on your turn? How many spell slots do you have left? Just out of professional curiosity.
I have... What have I used? I think I've only used the guided bolt so far, so I've still got 2 slots left.
Okay. Cool. That is your turn then, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And oh shit! Wait. Oh my god. No, you kill him. Sorry. I remembered when the necromancer dies, these guys all lose hit points. They had a little extra HP while their summoner was alive, but he is no longer alive. Honu, you are up.
I mean, Honu's got different views, but they are attacking my friends. So he will move up and again attack recklessly.
Got it. So I have a feeling this is going to do it. All that damage. So that is 15 points of damage. Hell yes. And because it's from crit, it dies without even making the save to avoid it. So you run up. Any particular way you'd like to kill him, or is a sufficient goring him through the midriff?
No, I would like to, while it's going on, Hanu would have run up, did a little, like, almost like a hop, skip and a jump, and come bearing down, gouging from, like, the base of the neck down his spine into his gullet.
Right, like the little weird little hops that long jumpers do before they're about to do the big one. Yeah, they and you get like a 45-degree angle through the top of its chest, out of its stomach on the front, and pin it to the floor, and it goes down. Starts making noises.
And I give like almost like a raised hat kind of signal to Amon-Ra.
Okay, just a fist in the air,
like a proper cowboy, like grab the tip of the
you
cap
tip the hat.
Thing.
Oh hell yeah. Cool. Right, yeah, that is all done. You hear there are still zombies downstairs, but now they're just like idling, basically. Like they've just stood in like a corner, staring at a wall, just. They don't know you're there, and
I would now very much like to go see what was in that tent.
Okay, so you head over to the tent. What is everyone doing? I'll get to the tent.
I want to go and see the one I killed. The actual main.
The actual guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Check over and see what he's got.
Cool. I will grab his token and move it across, just to indicate that you. I imagine you've like sort of drug him into this area.
Yeah, like by the scruff of the back of the neck, just drag him.
You grab by
Casually.
like the hood that he has like round his neck, and you drag him through. Awesome. So, anyone else doing anything of significant note?
Retrieving my dagger and telling Honu to get the piece of paper that Pina gave us from the body.
And I will turn back into my human form. I'll climb down, of course, first. And I will go over and cast Cure Wounds on Nailin.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, took the brunt of it that round. That one attack. Got lucky. Okay. So 7 points of healing for you. And, well, let's get down to the fun stuff. You have a look in this tent. You see there are quite a few things that maybe are of interest, but not to you. Like, if you're a history nerd, maybe. There's like a table with something that he's found in the excavation. There are some books on ancient history and recent history. And just general studies of magic, like necromancy for dummies, things like that. And you also find the more important one, a pouch clearly full of something that goes clink, 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 clink.
Uh-huh.
And you also see his chest that is locked.
Oh, God. I'm just sort of going to stick my head out the tent and just say, does anybody know how to break into locked things?
I'll give it a go. Sure. Yeah. All
I
right.
found out recently, picking locks, easy as shit. Just so fucking easy. I broke into my house the other day. Really, really fucking easy. Like, remarkable how it was. I think I got a lockpicking set for $2.99 off Amazon, and I broke into my house like 3 days later. Not illegal.
Wow.
When I say that literally just rubbing the lockpick back and forth as hard as you can until the door opens is how you're meant to do it, that's literally what you are meant to do to open it. So, Asterin, you'll have proficiency in thieves tools, right? I assume, as a rogue. Cool.
Yeah.
So make a thieves tools check then, please. If you've picked expertise in it, then even better.
What attribute is it? That's weird.
Dexterity. It'll be dexterity.
Wonderful. Oh, lovely.
Oh yeah, you crack it open. Oh, that reminds me, I will change the noise to aftermath. So you might want to. Rat chewing. Ugh, no, get rid of that. Cool. So you might want to turn it down. I don't know how loud it is on your end. But there, you crack open the chest with the most amount of ease. Click, swings open. You get the little padlock off. Swing it open, and you and Naylin simultaneously see a couple of really interesting things. You see there is a shoebox size-ish smaller crate. That appears to have like straw poking out sides of it, but the lid is down. There is a cylindrical tube container of some description. A small, almost like the proposal box, like the thing you put a ring in, but it's more ornate and it's got clearly like gems and sort of things studded into it. And also inside is a loop of chain.
Does it look magical?
How would one know that?
Give me a sec. Let me see what spells I have.
If you do an Arcana check, I'll let you determine what's going on with the whole situation. But I'm not going to give you that stat block. That's not me. The shoebox crate, I should say, is it's it's not open, but it's just got like a lid on it. It's not locked.
I'll open both the crate and the tube.
Cool. So you open up the shoebox crate. You see there are. It's sort of like an egg carton, but it's only meant to hold 3, and they're significantly bigger. 2 of which are filled. There are glass vials with a glittering red liquid. The third one is an empty vial. In the tube, there are 2 clearly magical scrolls rolled up tightly, like within one another. And inside the tiny jeweled box, there is a ring. Quite a nice looking ring, in fact.
I'll put the ring on.
Oh,
You put the ring on. Fits immediately. Just your size.
brilliant.
Cool. I'm not interested in anything else in here, so bye.
No, you can't take the ring off.
Yeah, when I said it fit perfectly, I actually meant it was just one size too small. Now it's never going anywhere.
Cool.
That'd be cool. So,
What did
what's
the
everyone
big
else doing
dude
then?
have
So-
on him?
He has the on him. He has a spell book, arcane focus, that sort of thing. He also has like a personal notebook, so fucking covenant book basically. And he also has a potion. Actually,
Particular colour?
you would have found the potion. It is same color as the other one. You see, it was actually like in his hand when you went round to inspect his body. The cork was out and it was in his hand, ready to drink it, but he never got around to it.
Okay. Nothing else.
Nothing of you wager that he was literally like at home, so he probably didn't have his valuables on him. Just like he was 10 feet away from his bedroom, so he kept them in there.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to quickly write in there and say where we are. Necromancy. Things you might want to see. And then, in tiny writing.
Okay, yeah, you tiny bit of writing. Make a dexterity check just to see how small you can make it.
With Hanu's history of undead or the dead, would he know much about necromancers? Like, once they're dead, are they dead? Like, do we know? Would he know anything like are they likely to come back or anything like that?
Make a religion check and an arcana check. Both of which will give you different sets of knowledge. Okay, so with the 17 religion, there's the very obvious, well, no one ever really dies. You get it. But with that religion check, you understand, his soul is obviously, it'll last for a while, around about the place. If it does come back, you wouldn't know what the process is to do that by any means.
Okay.
But you also know that these zombies there was no soul involved.
Okay.
You look at them and they are what one would describe as unintelligent undead. So they are just basically robots. They are mindless slaves. They do not think for themselves. With the Arcana check, it is possible, the idea of immortality by resurrection, that sort of roundabout way of getting to be immortal.
Mhm.
It's very difficult. And you wager if this person was someone who could do that, you probably wouldn't have come out the other side quite as well as you did.
Okay.
Okay. So you scribble down this road to Pinner. There is a brief sort of wait. Do you say that you found a load of stuff?
Yeah, stuff that you'd be interested in.
Yeah. She says, "Oh, bring it back to me. I can't wait to see what he's got. Shame about the zombies though. Sad face."
Literally, air quotations, sad faces.
Well, no, because it's written down. So she does just a colon close bracket, or open bracket actually. Yeah. And she she says, "Don't eat anything though. Necromancers tend to poison a bit much. Lol." And that is that. So let me just double check. So you got the pouch of jangly things, 3 potions, 2 scrolls, a tiny jeweled box, a ring, and a chain.
Do you relay this information that what Pen has just sent us, or
Yeah, so I'll say we need to start picking up books and stuff and just bring it back.
Hanu will spend the eternity of the time that we're here doing 2 things. The first thing will be going around and slowly resting his full weight of his foot on each of the now dead bodies to crush their heads, so they're completely decimated.
Yeah.
And
The
unusable.
mental steps on your head to make sure that the job is done.
Yep. And look for any food.
Food. Okay, yeah, you go around. There is some food that he has in there. And none of it is like what you would consider very nice. There's lots of salted meats,
I don't want to eat it.
dry stale bread. Okay,
I
you
will
eat
just
it.
pick up what looks like potential like food, but I will keep it separate in my bag from other items and food.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a very different cuisine that you're used to, and even different from the cuisine that you would get from like the local town. There's not a lot of that sort of. They do basically only eat Sunday roast here, but this is very dry, obviously designed to be eaten on the road or after a long period of time.
Does any of it have a funny
very
smell?
salty. Well, that depends on Honu's opinion. Would Honu think beef jerky smells
poisoned?
No, you don't smell it and go, oh, gee, like it stings your nose or anything. It smells very salty, but I don't think someone who lived next to the ocean would consider salt poisonous.
Sure. Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Sweet.
Kartal is going to search this top area for any digging implements. Okay.
So outside of this tower, you don't find anything. I'm gonna just get rid of the thing in the middle here. You should be able to see all the way in. It does go down. These zombies aren't actually no, they are actually there, but they're just like cowering at the bottom of the stairs. It goes down a flight, and then there is like it looks like the stairs would go further, but there's loads of dirt. Just inside the entrance to this tower, there are 2 or 3 pickaxes like leant against the wall. There's a shovel. There's another shovel that's been like broken in half. Clearly not very good. They don't look like incredible quality equipment.
I'm going to take the shovel and start digging some graves.
Okay. You start digging some graves. Are you going to do like full 6 feet deep, or just the requisite to hide it from above?
I wouldn't necessarily say 6 feet deep. Just to know. Yeah, just so I don't know, a couple feet. Just so there's like a foot of dirt on top of them.
Yeah, so a wolf doesn't just come over and just like drag the corpse out of the floor or whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. So you do that. Anyone else doing anything, or cleanup duty completed? Yes.
Sorry, just had to close my window because it's now for torrential rain.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, the other day it was fucking sweltering at a barbecue. Now all of a sudden weather's gone to shit.
Oh, welcome. We had this morning.
So there are all the corpses. Are you digging grave for everyone, or just just the hammer, or just the zombies, or just all the corpses?
Everyone.
Everyone. Cool. You started digging the graves.
Mostly the zombies, probably, because they're unnatural.
Yeah. Sweet. So let me get rid of that. Right. Yeah. Anything else anyone would like to do, or are you just exploring? Omros just going around and seeing what you can see, seeing the sights.
I'll grab everything that I can find that was Pinner's, but that's it.
Okay, cool. You grab everything that might possibly be of interest to your one nerd friend, and load them up into the party bag. No problem.
Okay.
Could I
Sweet.
take Hamel's? Has he got a robe?
Yes, he does. The red one.
Can I take it?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
I'd say you don't grab like the whole thing because it's a bit cumbersome, but you grab like the bit that has like a logo or something on it. It looks like some kind of arcane symbol, and it's just very obviously like a part of it's like the hood, almost like the shoulder cowl bit, and it's got like a little insignia on the breast.
Is it?
Cool.
Is
Does it
the
spell Adidas?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
Is the
if you like.
spell book obviously just a focus? Like, if I was to flick through the pages, I'm not going to find anything that's a bit unusual.
Make an investigation check.
Same goes for the personal
book.
book as well. Yeah. Investigation. 14.
So, flicking through the personal book, you don't see anything that at least you would find interesting. There's lots of like, those at the academy don't understand me. It's ridiculous that my art is not it's not praised as much as everyone else's, because mine is just as interesting as everyone else's. And then there's a couple more like angry rant pages, and then there's one that's like that I'll show them. I'll find something truly powerful using the power of necromancy, and then they'll have to take me seriously. And then there's like a long gap where nothing was put in, and then there was, from that point on, it basically just became like a table, like a day-by-day schedule of what was discovered, where notes on the surroundings, and it's very clearly talking about this excavation site.
Anything about a ring?
Yes, it's there is a description of ancient elven ring, appears to have abjurative properties. We'll have to prepare a identification ritual to figure out its true purpose, but no further notes on it.
Fair enough.
It looks like, because that was a little while ago, that you probably did the identification ritual and then didn't think it was worth, like, it wasn't like, oh my god, this is the ring of 5 wishes and you get to cast wish. Yeah, like, it wasn't anything massively interesting. They wrote it down. It's just like, oh, okay, this is just like a regular magic item, but
Sure.
He does confirm it to be magic. He also confirms the chain to be magic.
I relayed this information to those that took the items.
Anything in the spell book?
Apart from spells, no.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what spells are in there if you'd like. There is 5. Oh no, this isn't. You don't get cantrips and spellbooks. Mage armor, magic missile, shield, misty step, ray of enfeeblement, invisibility, accursed mark, enemies abound, animate dead, and lightning bolt. He was saving that last 3rd level slot. It's going to fire it through that gap and get 4 of you. That's that in the spellbook. It seems very like purpose built, but there is literally nothing other than spells in here, and you wager it's probably why he has a second book for his like personal notes.
What does the book say about the chain? Just that it's magic?
Yeah, it's the same thing as before, but there is a note for underneath this one where it says shame. It's like an addendum underneath that note. Says shame of no use to an intellectual like me.
Wow.
His handwriting is very smug. I put a picture in chat of what the ring looks like, by the by. So quite nice. It's very clearly ornate and of ancient design, but not like, you know, there's a giant fuck off ruby hanging outside of it. Just looks quite cool. Archive that. So, if that will be everything, I assume you're not investigating like down in the place with the zombies and stuff.
No.
Cool. Let me get rid of that. get rid of.
I mean, we shouldn't be leaving some zombies just to roam the lands. That's how
They need
zombie
to be
hordes
destroyed.
begin.
Everyone knows that.
Stuff and things.
So
Well, then,
you
why
can
don't
go.
you
I'm
delve
just gonna say,
down?
if you want to, you can just go down there and consider them dead, because well, they're not going to be long for this world either way. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. And when you get into combat with them, it is quick enough that we don't have to run it. You can just deal with them. Awesome. So, you guys, I've moved you over to the big map again now, right? Yep, cool. So, day and a half away from Gravesford, and now you know the way, which is quite nice, and it's mostly on road. Is there anything else you guys want to do while you're out in the wilderness, or are you all good to head back?
Heading back, I guess.
Yeah.
Hanu will continue practicing randomly and sporadically on his nose flute.
It makes people jump every single time you do it. Jesus.
Yeah, it kind of leaves it to that right time when it's like you think like
Lull
he's
them into a full
finished,
sense of
and
security.
then
So evil. Okay. God. Yeah, sure. So you do that. And after one day, the travel is uneventful. Watches. Who is doing what watch and when?
I'll take first.
I'll take second.
I will take third.
I'll take fourth if there is one.
Cool. Yeah, so 4 watches will do it. 8 hour rest.
I mean,
if you
I'll
sleep.
double up with a couple of them because I only need to sleep for like, what is it, like 4 hours?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. As an elf, actually, you and Astrid, both as
Yeah.
elves. So
8.
yeah,
What?
you can have it be 2 rests, and everyone gets like a full 8 hours of sleep. Well, for those that need 8 hours anyway. So the trance is 4 hours. Awesome. So everyone make perception checks, and I'll let you know if anything.
Wait, so does everyone still need to do it, or is it just Astrid and Naylin?
Well, that's up to you guys. So what? How are you divvying them up? Are you just doing the elves do the watches?
Yeah, because we don't need as much sleep as everyone else, so we can literally just do between the 2 of us.
Okay, cool. So the elves are the ones on watch then. So Naylin, can I grab a perception check from you? So you fell down for the night, and it goes off. So Astrid is the first to stay on watch. You stay up for the 4 hours, chilling, doing whatever, and then you swap over, and Naylin goes on watch as you begin to trance. This sort of like reflexive meditation, doing sort of like, you know, going through your mind palace, all that sort of shit. Naylin, you are sat alone under the stars. You look up. It's a crescent moon, because of course it is. Stars speckle the night sky, and you see off in the tree line, just to, like the you parked on one side of the road for the night. On the other side of the road, maybe 30 feet or so into the brush, you see like a light, like looks like it was like 3 or 4 feet off the ground, just bobbed by and ducked out of sight again behind another tree.
Nope.
Can I?
Nope.
Can I? Shut up. I would very much like to slowly start creeping towards this light.
Okay. You get to the other side of the road, you see another light further away this time, deeper into the woods.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Nope.
Don't.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm I'm going.
No.
You begin to creep forward.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Stealth check,
someone's not
please.
up to speed with Critical Role.
No, I'm not.
I'm not up to speed with Critical Role either, so this is fun. Turns out I'm just as good as the DM as Matt. Also, I came up with the idea of Ukatoa before Matt did. I have it in writing. So, stealth check, please, Nayland. Let's see how you get on.
Give me just a sec. I'll run back upstairs.
Has she just left us all just to fend for herself asleep?
Yeah, you
Pretty
come back,
much.
everyone's dead. You've been murdered by bandits while they slept.
Salisbury's. It might be a sign from my god. I have to go.
In the shadow of night, you roll a natural 20 for 25, and just like
Are
a
you
ghost
pooping?
creeping forward in the tree line. Every 15 feet you travel, you see another light, another 15 feet away from you. I assume you just keep going.
Yeah.
You walk and walk and walk and walk and walk, and it's maybe you lose track of time a little bit. It's
Oh
maybe
god.
you've been walking for 10, 15 minutes, but it's very slow going. The trees are getting thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker until eventually you start seeing those lights get, like, it's not 60 feet away anymore. Now it's 50 feet. And you travel another 15 feet again, and this time it's still far away from you, but it's only 40 feet away from you. And you go faster and faster, and you start almost running towards it as the excitement starts building. And you finally, one of them appears almost like seconds away from you, and you leap out to grab it, and it disappears just as it would land into your grasp, and you stumble and look up and find yourself in a clearing. Stars and moonlight radiating down from above, as I said, that crescent moon like a sickle in the night sky. Inside the clearing itself are a set of standing stones.
Oh.
There are 11 of them arranged in a circle with 15 outside of that in a second concentric circle. Each has a block over the top of it. It looks like a real world reference, like a completed Stonehenge. You feel a very strange sense. Not a chill goes down your spine. Like that feeling you got when there was when the necromancer cast a spell and you sent that cold chill down your spine. This is a very different chill, but it's not like a. This is like it's a crazy real world example. You're at a really weird house party and it's hot and sweaty. You just want to leave, and you step outside the cool night air and it's just like like that kind of chill down your spine.
Okay. I'll just call out, hi?
Welcome.
Who's there?
No one you need to worry about. You see that light again. It looks a very different shape on the other side of the henge. Just flip between two of the stones.
I just followed you for God knows how long. I think it is a concern of mine who you are.
Are you following me?
Not in like a creepy way.
I shall take that as a compliment. I'm sure you meant it. You see the light flicker between two henges again, this time bigger and less glowy and more solid.
Oh. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Of course. But first, I ask you, you are the guest. It seems only fair for you to introduce yourself first.
She's gonna sort of like curtsy almost. Oh. And just, my name is Naylin.
Naylin star sign.
Yeah. How do you know my name?
I think I may have heard it before. Perhaps
How
that's
so?
true.
Right.
Interesting.
Very. Now, your name?
Well, tell me, do you understand this? And you hear just like this noise, I get. Like, it's not like a language that you hear, like, almost whispered in your ear. It's like a feeling. Or it's like, you know, you hear about those certain, like, frequencies of sound. If you hear them, it, like, can physically, like, change your emotion and, like, change how you feel and stuff. It's like a beam of noise at a perfect exact frequency that sends this like sense of like a really weird sense of joy into your heart for like a split second, and like, it's so profound and sudden that your tears start appearing in your eyes. And there's like a split second, be like, what the fuck was that? But you know, you understand, like, that was a type of communication, that was a language, and it did just tell you its name.
Well, do you know how to say it in common?
It's borderline impossible to translate, since my name itself is actually more like an emotion.
Well,
Closest result in... Tell me, do you prefer common or elvish?
oh, well, definitely Elvish.
And he says, well, in that tongue, and he's now speaking in elvish, my name would be gazing unto the starlit sky, becoming endlessly aware of the world's beauty and finding peace in your insignificance on its majesty.
Jesus Christ.
But
That's
you
a
can
mouthful.
you can call me the Lord in Starlight. And you see, as he says that, as they say that, this figure, now no longer just a blot of light floating around in the woods, now a 9-foot tall elfish figure, that skin, this deep, rich blue, almost transparent towards the feet, and becoming this light shade, like glowing ultraviolet white towards the hair. So its hair is this ghostly, like transparent fiber optic light. You see in its legs constellations shift and change and move, and they sort of position themselves in this perfect, fanciful bow on the other side of this henge that you now find yourself like stood on the edge of, looking across the middle towards this person. And they just, like, one right hand out to the side, left hand across their waist, just do this very, very deep bow. It's like so deep their like head goes below their like towards their knees, and then curls back up again in one swift motion. It is a pleasure to meet you, Alien.
I think at this point she's like massively fangirling. It's like trying to like breathe, like.
You seem excited, my child.
Perhaps a little bit.
Oh, right. I'm gonna send you a picture. I obviously I understand you've probably got a separate chat that you're posting all kinds of shit in, but I would ask you to keep this picture to yourself, so that the surprise is kept for other people when they see them. Where is you on Discord? There we go.
Oh.
Again, 9 feet tall. That, but big.
Titties. Sorry.
You see, they are bare chested, but you can't tell if it's naughty or not. Their physical representation defies. It's literally in the PHB. Elves can be one of infinite genders, or all of them at the same time. This one appears to be embracing both sides of that coin with full joy and acceptance. and again bows towards you and says, "Tell me, did you come for the dance?"
The what?
And they begin skipping, weaving in and out of the stones of this henge, just dancing. And like every time their foot hits the ground, they're like almost prancing like a like every time they hit the ground, it looks like there's a ripple of light as they just hit the floor, and every bounce they make is and they're bouncing in between all these henges, back and forth and round, twisting and turning in this incredibly intricate and measured dance that looks both chaotic and perfectly rehearsed at the same time. Every footstep they have, about 5-6 seconds later, a glowing blue ball of light emerges from the ground, hovers at about 3 feet, and then starts mimicking the movements until they're trailing them. And it turns into this rhythmic, hypnotic pattern as they just skip and dance and sway and seemingly just forget that you're there. Just utterly lost in this seeming like moment of pure personal bliss as they just skip and dance and have this incredible like hedonistic ritual of merriment, just literally skipping in a field in the middle of the woods.
I mean, I think Layla would definitely be like staring in awe.
They come on one of their paths, like arcs towards you, and they hold out a hand for you as they begin to skip past.
She'll take it.
Without missing a single beat, they grab you by the hand and just whisk you into the dance, and without even thinking, you're able to hop and skip in a completely unique and different pattern from the way that they were doing it, and that these wisps that are following around are doing it. But seemingly they make your just random movements throughout the stones. They build a dance around that, and all of a sudden you're in perfect harmony with them because it is sort of this one breathing organism. Like it can never really be out of time because the time is the dance itself. And you dance and dance and dance and dance and dance for you don't know how long, until your legs are heavy and your shoulders ache from swinging your arms around so much, and you stop and you take a breather and you look up and all the lights are gone, and it is just the Lord and Starlight left, and they walk over to you from the other side of this henge. You're across now in the center of it, and they again slowly step. Even just walking seems like a dance to them. It's so perfect, measured movements. Have you ever seen like someone quote unquote walk in a ballet dance, like the way they just like prance from foot to foot, up towards you, and they like bow down, take one knee so that they're like eye level with you, put a hand on your shoulder, this cold but in the most refreshing sense hand on your left shoulder, and squeezes tight and says, "You're doing good, my child. You are yet to learn much, but your progress is most fascinating to me." And then the furthest point from you of them begins to turn into dust, like this fine glittering dust, and they blow away on the wind. And you see the dust rise up into the sky and seemingly take the form of 100 fireflies as they scatter into the night sky.
I will slowly dance my way back to camp.
Okay. You dance your way back to camp. The second you leave the circle of standing stones, you enter the woods, and 3 seconds later you're at the road.
Oh.
And then you turn around and it's not there anymore.
And
I am picturing, like, imagine if you did a maypole dance, but the only people that were in it were you and like 900 fireflies. Like that's kind of what it looked like. Obviously that's not something I can just show you a video of, because I don't think anyone's ever done that, but it kind of, that's the image, and go like this rhythmic circular swapping around dance. And you arrive back at camp, you look up, crescent moon still beaming down towards you, stars fill the night sky, and you wait as sun begins to rise, and everyone else begins to stir, ready for the last little leg of the journey towards Gravesford. Anything else you'd like to do on the day before you get there?
I do my hacker like I would do this morning.
Your morning stretch. Awesome. So you do the hacker, get the hacker, get all like the clicks and knots and stuff out of your neck and shoulders, and you head to Gravesford. I imagine everyone like notices Naylin is just like, instead of walking, is actually like trying not to skip, and there's like a big beaming smile on her face.
I don't like it.
She looks happy. Can be trusted. Okay, so you guys arrive back at Gravesford. So when you arrive, it's market day. There are a number of stalls set up in the town square. Let me move y'all down here. So a number of stalls set up in the main market square outside the Reluctant Pig, the general store, and the town master's hall. There are people that you've seen around town, that you know around town, selling their wares. But there are a few people like traveling traders. There's like one or two bards that are just coming around and like ding, 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 like just idly strumming instruments to try and drum up some attention. As soon as they get it, maybe they start actually doing a real song, but for the most part, they're just providing background music. Let me see if I can get a nice bit of market music for the town. Starfinder, The Claim to Salvation, Dead Sons. That doesn't sound right, I'll be honest. Okay, this one. Okay, right. That should be good. There are no gulls. Get rid of that. Again, might be quite loud if you turn that down. So you all arrive in town. You aren't recognized by anyone immediately, but you do see there is one empty stall for someone, I imagine, at the moment you are looking for. It says, let me just grab the exact text of it because I like to make this consistent. Let's see. There is a big sign. There is a table set up with a purple, a dyed purple like canvas over the top of it with yellow stars on it. No one behind the counter. However, there is a little like sandwich board proclaiming that this is Pinner's stand, and it says. It says, out playing, find me, look for the hat, otherwise visit the shop after market.
Not ever easy, is it?
Well, we're carrying half the stuff we're carrying is hers, so let's go and find her.
You hear from the other side of the town hall, around the corner.
Yep, let's go that way.
And then you hear what sounds like children screaming after an explosion, and like, oh fuck! You run over that way, and Pinner has just finished casting some sort of spell that made like fireworks, basically like tiny little fireworks in her hands, and there are a gaggle of children around her going, yay! And clapping. And then she like sort of stands up, puts her hands on her hips and says, behold, Pinner the Magnificent, and does this like big posing routine that she's clearly got mapped out, and beams, and then turns and goes, oh, hi, you caught me at just the right time. I was on my lunch break. how did everything go? Apart from the zombies, how did everything go?
Has Naylin still got like marks from where she got cursed and stuff?
There's no like real mark, but maybe yesterday there would have been like a I don't know, there would have been sort of like a dour, like bags under her eyes maybe, but now she just looks happy. I'm guessing.
I mean, it was fine. Nothing. I've got stuff for you. Perhaps we could go and you can flick through.
Yes, yeah, that's not a problem. If we can go back to my shop, that'd be fine. And then she looks back at the, like, you hear a load of kids going, oh, she goes, it won't be long, but it'll be fine. I'm back 5 minutes. I'll be back. They're like, yeah, and they clap again. And she says, okay, right, might have to be quick. And leads you towards her shop. You head over. Again, there's like the second you leave Market Square, there's very few people like wandering the streets because everyone's either like at work or shopping. And you keep tracking through town, get to her shop. Again, this squat, like one level building, one and a half level building, really. She opens the door, lifts up the sort of, thing that would stop the counter and the customer area from being the same bit. She goes to grab like her big spell book, plops it down on the front desk, and gets it to the right page, and says, right, so what am I identifying? And she rubs her hands together.
Oh, okay. I'm going to hold out the ring that's still on my hand.
I'm also at the same time going to hold up the chain.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Two things. Lovely. Okay, right. So, and she asks you to put them down on the desk. She gets out a bit of chalk. Oh, she gets a chalkboard out that's clearly like this is what she uses for her runic circles. Draws the chalk circle on it for identify. Concentrates for a second. Says, right, okay, got it. And then she does it again with the other item. Says, okay, perfect, cool, yep. And she opens her eyes again, says, well, seriously, when she casts that, she pulls out like a necklace that she has that has like a gem on the end of it. She's using a spellcasting focus. And she says, right, okay, so good news, none of it's cursed. So let's see, the ring for, and she gives it back to you, Astrid. It's like, work for everyone, but finders keepers. She technically did have dibs. She did it first. So that's just a simple ring of protection, one of the more base magic items, but useful nonetheless. Mechanically speaking, I'll stop doing the voice now. It gives you a +1 to armor class and all saving throws, which is pretty nice. Requires attunement, but
What was that?
Who needs this? Like, has anyone got armor class under 14?
Yes, but I spend most of my time as an animal.
Do you
I
want the ring?
mean, it's always nice to have a higher
Just
AC.
in case.
yeah, and you look at him as he says that, and he is made of shell and has the armor equivalent of wearing something one shy of plate armor without putting any clothes on.
I'm gonna pop into this one now then.
Okay,
Cool.
you slip the ring back on, and you feel it now. This time, after you've taken it off, you do actually notice when you put it on that it does resize to fit your finger. Then
Who are you attacking?
No,
Oh, God.
I didn't mean to press that.
Pinner
Sorry.
screams in pain and hits the deck. Blood everywhere. And she says, now the chain. And she sort of like taps a finger on her bottom lip and says, tell you what, I'm not going to name any names. And then just like does a very pointed look towards Honu. But I think someone might be after this one. This is what's known as it's got quite an awful name in its typical sense, but I would just call it a returning chain. It's technically called the Raider's Reach. If you attach this to any sort of weapon, it can be thrown, and you can pull it back, and no one can steal it from you after you throw it at them, which is quite nice. Personally, I don't have much use for it. I can do this instead. She does like a 360-degree spin and like firebolts behind her back and fires like a little puff of sparks out of her finger. So I don't need it, but someone who actually uses stuff like that might do.
I'm going to
mechanically-
just hold it up.
Yeah. Mechanically speaking, it is you choose a weapon to attach it to. It is an action to detach it and an action to reattach it. To take 2 whole rounds to swap over. But while you have that weapon in your hand, you can throw it a number of feet equal to. Well, you could throw it. I think it's the stats of like a hand axe or something. So it's 15 feet. Or disadvantage after 15 feet up to 30 feet, at which point like the chain goes taut and it can't go any further. But you can just pull it back to yourself as a free action.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around and just sort of shake it. And who wants the chain?
I mean, that also could be quite useful. I always like to reach a bit further than I can.
Well, I have no use for this, so you can have it.
Much appreciated, Aileen.
You're welcome.
You attach the chain, so you have to attach like one part to a. It's almost like a chain, like a if you were to wear a handcuff, like a shackle, like that, but it's made of leather with a bit of loop on it. You attach one end of the chain to that, one end of the chain to your weapon, and you can now essentially do like a Mortal Kombat Scorpion, get over here, but with like a 6 foot long blade.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Has anyone got any ambitions to be a wizard?
Pinner like goes to open her mouth and then goes, "Not me." Right, got it.
Sorry. Otherwise, it's going to you if that helps.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah. I didn't want to assume.
Anyone?
Not
I
really.
have my path set out, so I have no use for that.
I have an Excel spreadsheet. I'm just going to put the spell book on the desk in front of her and say, I think this might be useful for you.
She immediately just starts going through it and seeing what spells are in it. She goes, lovely, lovely, lovely. Never heard of that one. That's weird. Not sure about that. Oh, that's cool. Okay, yeah, that's helpful. That's a bit violent. Thank you very much. I'll be honest, the fact that you've just given me access to the spell invisibility, probably going to be bad in the long run. I'm very easily peer pressured, and just one kid who wants to steal a pie from the baker, like very easily will he be able to bully me into doing it. I'm a people pleaser. Awesome, thank you very much. And I assume you give her the other books as well, like the books on history and like the surrounding area and that sort of thing. She's like, anything for the collection. I may or may not already have a copy of one of these, but that's absolutely fine. And she just starts like filing them away. She's clearly got like she has a system for like how her books are organized. It's not alphabetical. It's not duodecimal. It's not by like size, or it might be color. It might be by the shade of the leather on the outside. It's not 100% clear. But she is very precise about where she puts them. Goes, perfect. Ah, right. Well, awesome. It's a shame about the fact that he was a bad guy and that he's dead now. But I suppose can't be helped. Can't be helped. Awesome. So, what next? If you don't have any ideas, I'm sure it's been a couple of days. Maybe the town master has some more things that you could do. But
oh, sorry. I'm gonna. Well, can you tell us what these potions are? And I'm gonna put the glittery red ones in the red potion down.
Yes, that's not a problem at all. So she puts all three in front of her. She says, well, I'll tell you now, they're all the same thing. But it should be of some good news. Even though these are by a... even though these are by a necromancer, they don't appear to be some kind of weird poison. And she basically explains to you they are potions of healing.
Wonderful.
So I found a link for what the dance might be like. It's there you go. It's like that, but without like the cult and the murder and the exhaustion and the sadness. But like that sort of thing, just like it looks utterly chaotic and random, but there's actually this very secret, understood rhythm. Like they aren't telling each other, they haven't learned the dance, but they know how to move around each other and stuff like that. And that is that. So she says, well, you'll be the chain, I will give you the exact text of it in just a sec. But for now, it will give you, actually, because you've got a reach weapon, it is thrown 20 feet with a max capacity of 35 feet.
Wicked. So an enemy at 35 feet will get hit.
Let me just yes, yeah. If you use the measuring tool and you get 35, then yes.
Cool.
That is the app. But at that point, it would have disadvantage past 20 feet. But for the most part, pretty damn helpful. And that is that. Also, I forgot to actually tell you the gold that was in that little pouch. And the scrolls. She will identify the scrolls as well. So.
Oh god.
So the two scrolls, one of them is a scroll of darkness, and one of them is a scroll of magic circle.
My charger.
Sorry. Scroll of darkness and what?
Scroll of darkness and a scroll of magic circle. So I'm just going to type absolutely everything in chat. So if there's anything you guys missed, you will find out. Done. I think. Yeah, there you go. So 45 silver, 20 gold, 5 platinum, a pearl worth 100 gold points, gold pieces. The tiny jewel box itself is worth 25. A ring of protection +1 that Astrid is now having. Chain of returning that Honu is having. Scroll of darkness, scroll of magic circle, and 3 potions of healing. Awesome.
How do you guys just want to put the gold into the party thing, or do you want to split it, or is Nailin keeping it for now?
I'll put it in the party fund.
So now is your chance. While it's market day, anything that you guys might want to buy that's like worth 10 gold or less is for sale. Anything that might be a bit more interesting is a bit more expensive and probably wouldn't be here, or there's a very thin chance that it's still around if it is. Let me see. So you are welcome to do as you wish. Buy anything if you would like to. If it's like arrows or whatever, then don't worry about it. But you do hear the bards singing, which is you haven't heard like a decent set of music ever since Honu picked up the fucking fucking nose flute.
I'm listening to the bards.
Oh, so you can try and learn the song.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm still blowing, but I'm like blowing like quietly. You know when you like try and practice like in an environment that you can't make a lot of noise. So.
Yeah, it's almost like you're mouthing along to the words, like trying to learn it, but you don't want to make any noise. Yeah. Okay, so you Let's see. Here we go. So you do hear a song. I'm not going to sing it because I'm not really good at singing. Crazy that. But if you guys would like to listen to that song right there, let me just double check it's the right one. Yeah, it is. It is a rather harrowing tune. It's very like a bard late at night singing this one. It's a story about bugbears murdering a family in their sleep. It's quite dark. It's quite dark. But there are a lot of people like singing along, and like the kids are singing along, and the parents are looking like, oh, he doesn't know what a bugbear is. That's a bit worrying. And like realizing maybe we need to have a chat about, safety and locking the door at night and making sure the windows are closed and that sort of thing. The song goes on for a while. I would just let it play otherwise, but we would be sat here for like 5-4 minutes. It's also very repetitive. The chorus is like 3 lines, and it has the chorus like 8 times. But you hear that song among many others, and overall it's pretty happy atmosphere, which is a nice change from when you left town last, which was a bit more dour after your not unintended, your intrusive visitor. So is anyone going to buy anything? Anyone looking for anything in particular, or is it just might buy some snacks? Regular day at the market.
I mean, if there's music, I think Naden's gonna just dance to it.
Okay, yeah.
Like she was in the woods.
Okay, so this one's not going to be difficult at all. You know that scene from Tangled where there's like kids doing what's it called? Basically like a conga line of dancing.
Yeah.
That happens, and you are Rapunzel in this hypothetical
Hell
scenario.
yeah.
There aren't many adults dancing with you, but they do seem not bemused, amused. Like they're like, "Oh, that's fun." The stranger in town is like dancing. Let's hope this doesn't turn out to be like a Pied Piper situation. But for the time being, it looks to be fine. You dance. You get a couple of weird looks. Have you told anyone about what you saw at night?
No.
Okay. And you dance the day away until people start packing up and like the hubbub dies down. And you well, by that point it's probably getting towards the evening, so it's like 5 or 6 p.m. And it is relatively early in the year. It's not nearly so. It's like sort of late spring, I believe. So it's getting dark later, but it's still relatively early. Sun begins to go down. You guys head back to the Reluctant Pig, and you see that the owners are working as they were before. Wife on bar, husband behind back, and a little girl running around, getting in people's way, but also delivering them drinks so they can't complain. The night goes off without a hitch. I imagine Naylin spends a lot of it like looking out the window wistfully. Like,
Yeah.
I wish you would return to me. when will my husband return from war? Like gazing out of the window into the middle distance. But unfortunately, you are not visited again. Morning comes, sun rises, the crockerels crow, and you hear as Honu does his hacker.
I'd like to think by this point I've got like 1 or 2 locals like joining in.
Yeah, it's like when you see old ladies doing Tai Chi in the park. Like some people are like, oh, apparently it's got very good health benefits, and start doing it as well. You got some old biddies doing the hacker
totally.
with you. Awesome, yeah. Gladys is getting really good at it.
She's got real good aggression, Gladys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. She's got a lot of pent up hatred towards someone, and you're very glad you're not on the receiving end of that. So yeah, sure. You've got like a posse of old ladies now. Congrats.
I'm down with it.
And the day is yours. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to inspect my shell for any changes.
Okay. You don't see anything new, but you start noticing patterns in that spell book. You obviously like flick through it. You're now realizing like that's where I saw that symbol before. That's why I could make like somewhat heads or tails of what this thing was, because I recognize them from my shell. Unfortunately, most of the bits that were in common are from the rather nasty part of your shell. None of them are in common with the happy fun tattoos and markings and carvings you got. They're all from the one that you didn't want. But important to note, there is a similarity, there is a connection, and it also might help you put into context. Like, I know this spike on my shell is bad, and because it's got so much in common with that spellbook, the spellbook was bad. Okay, now I know that necromancy is evil, or whatever. If there's like some kind of something you could deduce from it. Yeah, basically. Like, you're like, oh, okay, I get the link now. That's actually a bad thing. It's not just some evil wizard. It's the stuff he was using was actually evil as well. And yeah, so you don't see anything new. You have Jesus. So the wind chimes off. So you have Gladys inspect the spike for you. She says, "Oh, it looks the same as it did there last time I saw you, dearie." And you anyone else doing anything, or are you guys gonna crack on with the day as it is planned?
I'd like to go downstairs and speak to the bar owner.
Mm-hmm. I assume Giselle.
Yes, Giselle. I'm going to go down. I'm going to talk to her. I was wondering whether we could maybe make a bit of a deal.
Yes, sure.
Proposition. I was wondering if you'd be willing to exchange a room in your tavern for me every day, providing you with quite a
well, you have proven that you're quite good at it. Would it be a room for you and all your friends, or just the one?
Just the one. I'm not out here to extort you at all.
Well, I think in that case, that should be quite fine. Yeah, that's absolutely not a problem at all.
Wonderful, and I'm going to shake her hand and then go fishing.
She sort of like, you stick your hand out to shake, and she goes like, "Ooh, okay," and like does a little look to herself and then shakes her hand like, "Oh, I've never done this before." And you head out fishing, and I assume you are very successful. And you get fish. You've not getting a reputation. Actually, Pete knows that you are better at fishing than he is. But some people who are just fishing in a river in town are still, they're like, it's just this newcomer. They got newbie's luck. There's no way that she'll be better fisher than all of us. Spoilers, maybe. So you got that set up. Everyone else, what's one?
Katao is going to go for an early morning hunt.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been, left before dawn, and would come back and.
And is that a hunt in human form, or do you like turn into a dire wolf and stalk?
I wouldn't. I would walk out in human form until I'm out of sight, and then yes, I would turn into a dire wolf.
Gotcha. And then I assume turn back into a human once the job is done, and walk back. So you don't. Yeah, cool.
Yep. So wherever I sell these, they do have wolf marks.
Okay, cool.
Big old
they will take them a reluctant pig. The butcher will also have them. And just make like one attack roll as a. Well, just roll a d20, and I will figure out what the bonus is as a direwolf. I think it's
not survival.
Well, actually, no, that's better. It's survival because you need to find a prey. I'm not going to say that a direwolf would have any problem hunting anything in the woods. You are stalking around in the underbrush. You're about probably half an hour away from town at this point, and you're hot on the trail of what looks like a family of some kind of antelope or deer. And you're tracking antelope. It's not fucking. It's not the savannah. It's deer. You start tracking through the woods, and you're following this trail, and then you find the point at which the trail stops, and there's like a scorch mark, almost. And then there are other sets of footprints similar to your current footprints, but slightly smaller, that have led up to this point. There's this bit of like scuffle of paws and hooves, and then the paws lead away in a different direction to the one you were originally heading, but like off at a 45-degree angle, and they are significantly like deeper on the way away.
I am going to follow them, but I will probably be stalking, so stealth.
Oh, yes, please.
I don't know if I've got the sheet for.
You should be able, if you press the I, the compendium on Roll20, and search direwolf. You should be able to, like, if you've got the wild shape sheet up, like in the main area. If you just drag the word direwolf across into there, it should just auto change everything to be a direwolf sheet. Hopefully.
Ooh, fancy.
There you go. And so now, like, anytime you're going to wild shape, you can just do it. Obviously, you'll have to. I think I might have to change token. I don't know if you can change token as well. But yeah, no problem. So. Stealth check then, so that's a +4 on your stealth. Would you have advantage on that? No. So you are creeping, maybe not as stealthy as you'd like to be, but yeah, a zombie wouldn't see you. Heading through the forest until the paw prints lead to a small clearing around the entrance to a cave that appears to just like burrow into the side of inside of some stone. It's still deep in the forest, not like in the mountainous areas or anything, but it's like where it starts to get a bit rockier. There's like two large rocks that fell on each other in a very, very long time ago, and they've made sort of like a little triangular entranceway. And as soon as you enter this clearing, you start to smell the smell of death.
And you said the paw prints, were they bigger than mine, smaller than mine?
Smaller than yours, but probably like a large wolf, not like a dire wolf, like still medium-sized, but big.
Just one set?
Or... there's one heavy set, but in the clearing itself, there are a lot more prints, and they aren't just these prints. There's the very heavy set, which are recent. There are ones of they're like the same paw prints of different times a long time ago that have like scattered around the area, and there are similar paw prints but smaller, a lot smaller, only in this clearing and very rarely outside of the clearing. And there are some recent tracks that are heavy boot.
Boot.
Yeah, as in a human wearing a shoe.
Okay, I return to town.
Okay. Yeah, so you get that sort of smell of death. There's all sorts of shit everywhere. You're like, nah. Yikes, not doing that. Turn around and you head back. On the way back, you can catch like a couple of rabbits. There's no problem. But unfortunately, the big game that you had been seeking, the main prize, eluded your grasp. Seemingly something else got it first, and then something else happened. You arrive back in town. You rabbit and fish for breakfast. It's a very strange mix, but hey ho. And the day is yours. So, in terms of things to do, the Tal'Dorei Hall has been updated. There is now on top of there is still that large banner saying "Your country needs you," if you'll recall. Protectors needed and all that sort of thing. The one proclaiming need for someone to go and get someone's cat out of the rafters, has been taken down. There is also there's nothing about the man in red or anything like that. There is also an increase in the price paid for goblin ears. They're now 3 silver rather than 2 silver. 2 silver for every goblin slain, ears preferred as evidence, or left ear preferred as evidence. And they also have another one underneath. Let me just double check it. It says... Tell you what, this might take me a second. If you guys have anything else to do, please tell me now so I can just fill the silence a little bit. Let's be very upfront about it.
I think just looking at like the other tasks that maybe required some some sort of assistance with, just seeing what there is around is pretty much, I think, at least until we can learn more about this other like bigger necromancer. I think that's probably what we do.
You see also on there. So have a look at these again. Looking at these quests, there is you see a new poster has been put up. That thing I posted in, like I gave you guys last time. The Baron of Tor is dead. There's a new one of them that's been posted up, and it is a lot bigger and a lot more vibrant, shall we say. And it also says information required to cleanse the area of goblins. Seek Albrecht for help and any information you may have. Gold paid.
Can you just repeat the second half of that again for me?
Yes.
Seek Ulrich.
So it's Seek Albrecht, who is the I don't think you were here when he was introduced. He is a human man who was rescued from goblin captivity. Seek Albrecht for information and help, or sorry, if you have information, or if you need help, or want help, or can provide help. Gold paid. No ruffians, no thugs.
Oh, that's us out.
Those of noble bearing, no, those not of noble bearing need not apply.
Seems that our friend is advertising work himself.
Might be worth a chat. How long is it until this guy's funeral?
Whose funeral, sorry?
The funeral for the tour or whatever it is. I didn't read the thing recently.
Oh, right, yes. So, Baron of Tor is dead. Let me see. Shall take the day 20 or 25 is the day of mourning. That is the day after tomorrow.
I suggest we might go and speak to Ulbrich, and then go and see whatever this Baron of Tor is doing. Mainly because Astrid wants to go and worry about it. And then deal with the gobbies afterwards.
Okay. So you do that. So you would, I assume, go and look for Albrecht. He's not in the Reluctant Pig. You are told he has moved to the Half Hand.
Oh dear, right. Because I like us there. Oh, have we got enough money to pay for the horse?
Let's double check. So, how much were they offered for? I believe it was 10 gold each. Yep. So you have got you should have more than enough because you got platinum. Yeah. So you have, if you all pay the 10 gold, like I don't know if any of you paid towards it or paid all of it or anything like that.
Yeah, I paid all.
You paid the whole thing.
I
So
didn't.
how do you remember how much you paid, or was it
I think I paid 1 or 2 gold pieces.
okay? We'll call it 2. So 8 gold from Amon-Ra. Honu, did you pay for all yours?
I paid 4 gold.
4 gold. So 6 gold remaining. Naylin?
I don't actually think I did.
I'll say that you paid half, because if you did, I don't want to completely rip you off, and if you didn't, I don't want to undersell you. So, Ashton, did you say you paid for all of yours?
I paid for all of mine.
Yeah, cool. And same with Katal, perfect. So, if you take away 19 gold from that, from whatever you've got in the party purse, then that will do yours. Consider the
Might I
debt paid.
suggest getting a bit of an upgrade for that wheelbarrow? Maybe a cart. They're only 15 gold each.
It does look a bit beaten up. I'll be honest. The wheelbarrow does look like it's been through the ringer.
But it's my chariot. You mean I can get another barrel, new one?
With more space and a little bit more comfortable.
I mean, I don't want passengers, but if there's something I can have that's a bit more stable, I'm sure that may be useful.
Why don't we go and speak to Ashy Pete and see if we can maybe buy one of the carts that we came in on?
They're a bit bigger than I'd hoped for.
Weren't you in one just on yourself?
I was in like a cargo thing, yeah.
Just saying. Might be worth it.
I suppose.
So you start to head back to the half hand, and I'm aware of the time. Don't worry. There's just one more thing before you guys walk in and see what Albert's got going on. As you travel through town, who wants to be the lucky sod to roll me a d6?
The silence.
I don't mind, but I'd rather not.
I'll do it. Sorry. Okay.
You get a 5, whatever that means.
So, let me go to bottom. Okay. Astrid,
Oh dear.
as you're all walking towards the half hand inn, you go past one of the unoccupied houses and you hear it off to the side. Seemingly no one else heard it.
I'm gonna hang back and then sneak my way over.
You start walking towards the alley, and there's like a, like when some people try and do signals, they like flicker the mirror in sunlight, so there's like a flash of light and you can see it from really far away. Is one of them, like towards the back of the building.
Yeah, I'm gonna stealth to see who it is.
Cool. So you start creeping forward. Roll a stealth check.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Cool. So you head over, and you see the light goes away as it is put into someone's pocket, and stepping out of the shadows, there is a halfling man. Hi, you're the You're the sneaky one, yeah?
I'm this. Yes.
Good. You see he has scruffy brown hair. It's like curly, almost, because he hasn't had it really cut. Not wearing shoes, obviously. He's a halfling. Wearing what looks like simple farmer's gear, but it's weird that he is doing this, obviously. That shouldn't be a surprise. And he sort of like, motions to you. You head over, and he has a scarf pulled over like the bottom half of his face. It's just under his nose. It's not like a full balaclava or anything. You still see most of him, but he's hiding his mouth. And he says, "Had you dealt with that that magic lad up at the Shattered Tower?"
Maybe. I'm gonna put a hand on my dagger just in case. What of it?
He mimics your movement and does it as well. Well, you understand. There's a certain degree of, in a professional capacity, I would request that maybe you double check that jobs haven't been handed out before you start dealing with them, yeah?
In a professional capacity, you'd have done the job ages ago before we got hold of it.
Unfortunately, I don't have the blessing in numbers, so sometimes I have to do a little bit more prep work than some people as blessed as you, my love. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to have a go at you, but I would like to be a bit more involved, shall we say? I'm curious if you're in the business of intelligence.
I'm interested. What say we meet at some point? Maybe make sure that we don't step on each other's toes, so to speak.
Sounds good to me. Well, tell you what. Meet me at and he describes like a house on the outskirts of town. It's like you literally leave off the map and walk for 2 minutes and you get there. So meet me in the by the well outside, around the back of that house. And if you happen to see anyone there that isn't me, tell them they'll ask you a question, and tell them the moon's pierced. Yeah.
And if it's not you, how do I know that I'm not going to be attacked, so we say, in the creature's sense?
He looks at your hip and says, I think you'll be okay, love.
Mm.
I've seen your type around, and I know you can handle yourself.
You seem my type. Wonderful. If you've seen other Triton, I'd love to meet them. Well, it was good to meet you. Is there a name I can call you by, or?
Not just yet. Maybe soon enough.
Good to meet you. And I'm gonna back away so I'm not turning my back on them.
Mm-hmm.
And go back to the other guys.
So you head back to everyone else. Make a retroactive perception check, please.
What, me?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
What did you get?
10.
10. You saw when he said the password, he sort of grabbed something and fiddled with it on his that was attached to his scarf, but you didn't see what it was. Awesome. So you get that. Yeah, so tomorrow night go to this location, and well, you'll be having a chat with someone apparently. And I think then you quickly, action dash, bonus action dash, catch up with everyone as they enter the half hand inn. You pay off your debts first and foremost, and Albrecht is sat in a corner, seemingly filling out. There's a large sheet of paper, the A3 sides of paper, and he's got a ink and quill, and he's scribbling over it. He looks a bit, not confused, but frustrated. Oh, you're here. How did it go over at the Shattered Tower? I heard you were back, but I've been a bit busy.
Necromancy, and she's gonna smile and sit down.
He like grimaces. Typical. Well, I have a couple of favors to ask you. I take it you saw my my banner out on the town notice board. Well, there's a couple of things that are good, a couple of things that are bad, I suppose we could say. Take a look at this. And he turns around this piece of paper that he's been scribbling on, and it is quite clearly a map of the area. It is not by any means a cartographer's map of the area. It looks like he's just done it by hand. But he has two coloured inks. He's got black to like the actual body of it, red for red for the actual like landmarks. And he has marked a number of different locations on the map. Some are red circles, some are red X's. He says, well, I suppose we can call this one done. And he circles one of the red X's so as to make like a circle with an X in it. And there was nothing to do with the goblins here, correct?
What colour's the rest of the map?
It's just on like parchment.
Okay, cool. She'll just be able to see just about. That one is.
You can tell it's a different color,
Cool.
but you might not be able to tell that it is red.
Cool. So one's done yet? And then...
Yeah, by the looks of it, there's not like any like handwriting on the map. You can tell it is a map of the local area. I'll give you that much. It's fairly obvious that that's the case.
There are more places with gobbies?
Well, that's what we're going to find out. I'm not sure if they are affiliated with the bastards, but I'm sure we can. We'll find out together, hey? So I've done some digging, asked some people around town, and well, first thing I found out is that they seem to be more afraid of the orcs, which is curious considering no one's seen them for some time. But there are a number of sets of ruins out in the wilderness, I suppose, that might be of some use to us in terms of where you found me was a ruin, an old dwarven ruin, inhabited by goblins, and I have a hunch that that's going to be where goblins are hidden in the future. There's not much in the way of information about these things. I spoke to Pinner about it, but she doesn't know. She's more of arcane than history, so she doesn't seem quite as interested in this as I am. But there are a number of locations that may be of use to us, I suppose. You wouldn't happen to have any more information on the goblins or that vile man who visited us in the tavern the other day?
No, sorry.
Okay. Well, let's give it a look then. He shows you this map. There are 4 locations on here. Oh, sorry, 3 locations on here that have X's that aren't circled. So there were 4. One of them has been circled now, as you dealt with the Shattered Tower. And he says, so up in the, I hate to call it this, the Ironseat Ridge, there are a number, countless empty dwarven ruins. And by the looks of it, that is where the nastiness is going on. Your main priority for the time being, sorry, I'm making some assumptions. You are interested in dealing with these goblins, are you not?
Yeah.
Excellent. Don't want to, Assume that I was doing you all a favor, but yes, okay, not a problem. Perfect. You see, as he turns it around, there are 3 X's, and then there are 2 circles. You wager roughly the 2 circles are the locations of Gravesford and the nearby town of Tarleton, which originally you did try and get into. We didn't roleplay or anything. It's like before the campaign started. Some of you may have like gone past and tried to get into, but did not have any luck. They were very anti people going there. But you know that Tarleton is where the Baron, the old Baron at least, lived before his untimely demise. He originally lived in Torthil, but the whole town was destroyed. Put a picture in chat of like the rough idea of what you're seeing on the map. So the circle on the right is obviously Gravesford. Circle on the top left-ish is Tarleton. The one in the top right is the Gallo Crossing. Bottom right is the Shattered Spire, and the other 3 he has made across 2 in the Iron Seat Ridge and 1 on the location of the ruins of Torthil. So there's well, the closest one is this, and he taps on that, like the very central one closest to Gravesford. And if we're going by, terms of numbers, I have a feeling that this is going to be the best guess for us. It's nearby, about a day's travel, hidden away in the stonework. But goblins aren't exactly subtle, so I don't think we should have too much trouble finding them.
Okay.
So what say you?
There is. What are people's priorities here? Do we want to go and see whatever this thing is going on the day after tomorrow?
I mean, Sir Hanu is probably not. Doesn't really follow the politics necessarily, so to him it's not a main priority. I don't know about anyone else.
I mean, also the day after tomorrow is just a day of mourning.
Yeah.
I think that they would have, like, you've been informed by the bards. That's how information gets around. That the day of mourning, it starts 9 a.m. sharp is when the funeral is booked for, and then the rest of the day is to be taken as mourning, so everyone can basically stand around and weep at the funeral.
I'm guessing we don't really have much interest in that.
I mean, is there anyone you know there?
No, but I'm not here to go and to put it bluntly, I'm not here to kill people and things. I've been sent up onto the surface to document what's here. I'm on a research project. This is a kind of a bit of your history.
Not part of my history.
Well, and Astrid's going to wave at everyone else. Their history, at least.
That be said, I don't know why. Unless you're gonna celebrate someone's life that you knew, why you'd want to go to their funeral. Research or not, sounds more like a tabloid exploit.
Rude. Not really. Not there to write anything. And God knows I don't actually read the books in our library.
Why do you happen to hope to learn from going there?
Well, what it's about. I don't know what funerals are, really. We don't do anything with our dead.
The funerals are a tricky thing. Every
And
culture has different methods.
And thus, that's what I'm here to study. Realistically.
Don't really know it's something you need to study, but I'm sure you'll learn it on your travels. Here we can make a real difference to the people that we've been traveling with. They need homes. They're ruins too. You could learn a lot from going to ruins. The past.
Yeah. All
I
right.
don't know anything about politics, but it seems that this is very political. We ain't quite ready for that yet, I don't think.
We have.
We do have a political agenda long term.
Do we?
The main priority is finding these people ground to rest, to call home. You can't do that with gobbles running around. But if you are dead set on going, I'm sure the rest of us will go.
I'm not dead set. I will follow you. It's just an option. Realistically, we have many different places we can go.
Just for logistical reasons, it would take you longer to get to Tarleton than like you wouldn't be able to get there before the day of mourning.
Okay, cool. Then we go to the Gobbies.
You can
I
still
was
go.
thinking
Like
that. I
people
was thinking
will still be
it's
talking
not
about
here,
it.
is it?
It will take you. Wait, are you guys on the big map? No, you're not. I'll move you over. So, Tarleton is the other side of the Iron Seat Ridge. So, if you were to like, you would have to travel.
Is that 4 days?
1, 2, 3,
12.
4.5 days if you were to bug it straight through the Ivy Heart thicket. And that's like, well, that's just 212 miles. That's pretty hefty. And according to Google, how many miles can you travel by horse in a day? An average of 20 to 30 miles. So I'll call it flat 25. So that would take 8 days if you were to go straight through, which doesn't seem right to me because that's meant to be less than that, but whatever. I think that the measurement might be a bit off. But if you were to go by road, it'd be a bit safer, obviously. Although safe it was last time. You would have to go by the Gallo Crossing again, however, which is not a lovely place. And while you wouldn't be able to get there for the funeral and the signing of the new Baron, you would be able to get there. Like, so it's in. People are still like reeling from it. You know, like if you go to a town like the day after they had a village fete, there's still like shit on the floor and people are still in a good mood and that sort of thing. But quite the opposite.
Yeah, look at that. Go to the Gobbies.
I'm sure if we go there another day, there's always going to be another funeral.
True.
Plus, if it helps, I know quite a bit about dealing with dead.
Do you really? What can I stop from doing? You're welcome.
Okay, and that's where we'll end the session. As you just like all of a sudden just for hours and hours and hours asking and telling all about funerary customs. Very interesting. And that is where we will leave it then.
Thank you very much.
Now we have got a real idea of where you're going to be heading next if you guys are headed to the Gobbos.